Hello and welcome to another episode of Viking Women's Basketball with Chelsey, Gregg, and the Vikes are back.
Woo!
By the time Saturday rolls around, it'll have been 27 days between games. And let's just start there, Coach. You know, it's been a hell of a 27 days, but what peak can you give us into the past 4 weeks or so?
Yeah, we're excited to be back. I think the main thing for us is just we're thankful to be playing again. We know what it feels like to have it taken away, last year and then again this year for a little bit. We're looking for that silver lining, though. We're all healthy. Ready, got some good rest that you usually don't get in the middle of the season to hopefully be able to finish the season strong. And everybody's out of quarantine, feeling healthy, like I said, and just excited to be back together. Nobody likes to be in quarantine away from the game, and so we're just excited to get to play and be at home finally for a home game.
Yeah, and the sucky thing for the 27 days, it's not like you were practicing that whole time or working on a whole bunch of stuff. But watching practice this last week, the energy seems really high. And, what pulse do you have on the players after this long layoff?
Yeah, I think they just did a great job. Our captains and the leadership, we just talked about it. We did some Zooms, right, to stay connected. We did have a couple of players that could work out during that time, right, limited numbers, and so that were healthy. And so that was great to be able to do some individual work with them. But ultimately, I think they did a great job being connected, and that showed this week coming back to practice that they were able to just kind of pick up from where we left off, essentially. Obviously, we got to get our legs back, our lungs back, but in terms of concepts, I know they did film study on their own. I know that they've really been good about checking in with each other, and so I'm really proud of the way that they've handled the situation so far.
And, that energy will be nice for this busy stretch that's coming up after the restart. Saturday kicks off a 24-day span which 11 games will be played for the Vikings. And then after Saturday, there's 5 road games in a row over an 11-day span. But, if the players want to play, they might just lead you in through this whole thing. What have you guys talked about handling that?
As a staff, you see the logistics of it all, and you want to make sure that our players are taken care of. That's the reality of it, is that the rescheduling presents some challenges, not just competitively, but just the health and welfare of our student athletes. And so we're making sure that we're doing what we need to do to be able to give them the recovery that they need and the treatment that they need while we're on the road, making sure that we provide those opportunities for study halls to make sure we're taking care of our classes and our grades. But ultimately, you're right, Andy, it's we want to play these games. We're glad that they're being rescheduled. The players are excited to play, and so we're just going to continue to put our head down and work and see what happens. We're not the only ones that are dealing with this. We're not alone in this, although we've had to reschedule 4 games. We're just excited to be back playing again, and I think youth is on our side.
Let's hope so. And then, Saturday is almost like a reintroduction for fans to the team. One thing that was really going well before the hiatus was the three-point defense. The last 2 teams before the hiatus shot, I think, a combined 2 of 37. And, opponents are now shooting 22.2% against the Vikings, which is second in the nation. So, you hope that's there, again, when you restart, but that was certainly a strength before the hiatus.
Absolutely. We talk about a lot of being all bought in. A lot of times when you think like old school basketball, man-to-man only, right, person-to-person defense, and there's a lot of value in that. However, I think the way that we play our defense in our zone is a lot of hard work. It's not like we're taking possessions off or trying to be lazy in that. We're actually thinking it's harder, and so our zone is to take away the three-point line, and we've known that. That's been what we hang our hat on. Now can we have better interior defense and then continue up taking away that three-point line? Absolutely. I mean, against UP, they're a great team, right? Portland, and we held them 0 for 17 from the line, and so that really helps your percentage. But ultimately, can we have that intensity continue, take away the three-point line? And then with Sac State coming in on Saturday, though, we know they have a great post presence. That's going to be a battle for us, and so collectively we got to keep her off the boards and keep her from easy baskets.
Yeah, and let's get into Saturday's opponent, Sacramento State, as you said. They're 0-4 in the Big Sky, but those 4 losses have come against some of the top teams in the conference. First year under head coach Mark Campbell, who had a lot of success at Oregon, and he's brought in 2 newcomers in Liana Tillman, leading scorer in the Big Sky, and Isnel Natobo, which is the post that you're mentioning. And then, those 2 have combined with Summer Mankey to make a really nice big 3 for the Hornets, certainly.
And like you said, they play the top teams. They've been in a lot of games. I mean, they haven't had very many blowouts, and so they're right there. We need to bring our A game. I think the keys for us is going to be able to push pace, really control the boards and how we're going to handle the on balls. They got a lot of on ball actions with they're big with number 24 Nadabo, and so how we're going to handle that is going to really, I think, determine our success on Saturday.
All right, there it is. A reminder, Saturday's game was moved up to noon, so be sure to get here early for the 12 p.m. tip-off. It's also a whiteout, so wear white if you're coming to the game. You can catch the game on ESPN Plus, and links to that and all other Viking information, visit GoVikes.com.